Alright, good afternoon. Today we are talking about the connection between multiplication and area. The last week or so we've been talking a lot about multiplication and working on different problems, working on our facts. Today we're going to apply that and show how multiplication is connected to area. So the first thing we need to know is what is area. An area is the space that a surface takes up, and we always measure that in units squared or square units. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our first example here, 3 times 4. And I want to show you how that is kind of connected to square units. How is this multiplication problem going to be connected to square units, and what does that mean, surface area? So I'm going to go over here to my grid, and I'm going to start in my corner. And if I'm doing 3 times 4, I'm going to go 3 squares up, 1, 2, 3, and 4 squares over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do the 4 on the bottom, the 3 up on the bottom. I'm going to shade those squares in lightly. And what you'll notice here is that I've shaded in 12 squares. And I wish I could make it a little bit lighter to see, but let me kind of dot it for you here. But I've shaded in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 squares. So when I have 3 times 4, that equals 12, because that takes up 12 squares of my surface, or 12 square units of my surface area. So if I have a shape that's 3 by 4, you know the area 3 times 4 of that shape is going to be 12. Let's look at another example together. Okay, on our next one here, we're going to work on a different problem, 6 times 7. You can see I've drawn a rectangle here that is 6 height and 7 width. Whenever we find the area of a rectangle, we always multiply the height times the width, and that will tell us how many square units are inside of our rectangle. So if we're looking at this one, and I'm going to count them all out here, but 6 times 7, we know that's 42, and I want to show you how we have 42 squares inside of this rectangle. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So this rectangle is 42 square units. So you can see this connection between multiplication and knowing our multiplication facts and being able to find the area of squares and rectangles. Our last step of our lesson today, I'm just going to put 2 problems up on the screen for you to solve, and then we'll be done for today. Okay, so I've drawn 2 problems up on the board for you here. The first one I'm going to box in green. I have a rectangle that is 8 wide and 5 tall. And I would like you to tell me how many square units are inside of that rectangle. Your second one that I will box in blue here says draw a rectangle that is 4 by 4, or 4 tall and 4 wide. Let's go ahead and pause your video, try both of those out, and then come back and we'll look at your answers. Okay, so for your first one here, you had this rectangle that was 5 tall, that was 8 wide. If you did that problem correctly, you would have done the problem 8 times 5, because remember we do height times width, and 8 times 5 would have given you 40 square units. Alright, if we look down at our second one here, if we were to draw a rectangle for 4 times 4, it would be 4 tall by 4 wide. And if we were to split that up, there would be, and my lines aren't perfect, I'm doing the best I can, there would be 16 square units inside because 4 times 4 equals 16, or 16 square units. So I hope you saw today kind of how we do that connection between our multiplication that we've been practicing, and we need to keep practicing because they're tough and we went all the way up to 12s. But how that multiplication that we're learning connects with area of rectangles and squares. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning. Bye-bye.